now watching Chopping It Up with Roger Cador and Perry White.
All right, we are back. It is Chopping It Up with Coach Roger Cador and Perry White. Of course, I am Perry White. He is the man, the myth, the legend himself, my man, Coach Roger Cador. Coach, what's going on?
Just the rent.
Just the rent. Ain't nothing wrong with the rent. As I know the rent being paid. This building named after you, so I know the rent is good here. We good in here.
Let's hope so.
You know, we took a week off last week. Last Tuesday, we would have did the show. It was my birthday. And then on
We didn't do the show last week?
No, we didn't do the show on my birthday. And then yesterday was the neurosurgeon's birthday.
Happy birthday, neurosurgeon.
Thank you. You know, so we rolling with the December birthdays, and then next week it'll be Jesus' birthday. You know, so the December birthdays continue to come and get into that Christmas holiday. Everybody, you know, most families are starting to travel, be around all the country. As you grew up, could you remember Christmas? Christmas, was that something celebrated in the household?
We did something. It wasn't much. I mean, you know, that was not a whole lot of stuff to be joyful about. You know what I'm saying? It was a lot of, you know, just the way things were back then. We didn't have the freedom to really let it all hang out, you know, so to speak. So, you know, it was what it was.
I'm interested to know because, you know, small town, like you say, coming from humble beginnings, had to be hardworking, had society against you, but still keeping some form of faith and hope in the household. And then, you know, you see and hear, I guess, all around within the community that I guess Christmas is coming. It's that time of year. But no, I know just like many others, when Christmas came, you may not have had that tree with all the presents under it, talking about the
No tree, no present.
Did you have a chimney?
Had a chimney.
Okay, so at least Santa Claus could have came down the chimney.
I would have shocked him if that happened. He wouldn't have been Santa Claus, been somebody else.
But you know, just those times, man, I'm curious, what those times, and I know it has to be a memory too, what was those times like?
I really don't remember much about them because it was nothing really joyful to a large extent to remember. And like I mentioned, you know, man, it was just so difficult. And that, you know, it was always a small family gathering. I mean, we sat around the fireplace, that chimney with the fireplace. And, you know, that's basically, or went to the grandmother's. It didn't go very far. Grandmother, auntie, or uncle house. Basically, that's what you would do. Some of that. That was about it.
You sing Christmas songs?
I would listen to a Christmas song. Christmas come up once a year. Those songs were really nice. I mean, you know, I do remember them. I can't sing them.
Yeah.
But they were something special.
You know, because they talk about nostalgia, certain things bring you back to certain moments.
Yes.
And I know for me, you know, the older I have gotten in talking about the holidays, I guess the more I'm to myself and on my own, I don't support it, or I'm not much into Christmas like I was as a younger kid. Just when you knew 2-3 weeks out, you just felt the holidays. It was just like this sense in the air. But now because my kids, I kind of have created it, and that's because my mom was like, well, you need to make sure that they have that memory and have that understanding. And you know, I guess the thing is, as you get older,
leave Christmas alone or you're gonna be broke.
That's what it is.
I know some people go broke for Christmas, and I shake my hand and say, why?
Yeah.
Why are they doing this?
You got to get the gifts. You got to get.
You ain't got to
for
do
many
that.
people, it's the layaways. It's the Black Friday shopping after Thanksgiving. It's the online shopping. It's hitting up all the outlet malls and stuff, man. You know, the thrill, I guess, of just chasing the deal.
Chasing the deal. A lot of people go, and I feel sorry for them because there was something went on a couple of weeks ago. A lady didn't have money to pay for her utility, but she had to try to find a way to chase Thanksgiving. and couldn't pay her utility. And I'm saying, what could a person be thinking? Knowing that if your food run and get cold and you don't have your heat, you could die in that house, you know?
So you got your priorities mixed up.
Got them all mixed up. And we got a lot of it mixed up in this country with the Christmas and Thanksgiving and Easter and 4th of July. All of those days are just money-making venture that I'm not going to say too much about the people who created it, but they created it to make money.
Yeah, no doubt about it. It's that rush to feel like you got to go get something, do something. What I liked about the holidays is now, a couple years ago, my mom made me go get a Christmas tree. She said, get a Christmas tree for the dang on kids. All right, so I got the Christmas tree. Got it decorated, got the lights, all that.
Yeah.
I didn't know Christmas trees were so damn expensive.
Yes.
I had like $100 put to the side. I'm like, I'm going because I'm gonna get a Christmas tree, man. Christmas trees are expensive. The tree that I have is almost a $400 tree.
Oh yeah, they're even more expensive this year because of the drought and there's less trees. So the price went up.
Well, I have the fake one.
Well, and you pay almost $400?
Well, I did not. I'm gonna tell you the story.
Oh, okay.
I got it for like $60.
Okay.
I had went around to like 6, 7 stores around Baton Rouge. Coach, my feelings was hurt because I didn't realize Christmas trees was that much. Where am I going with a little over $100 thinking I'm finna get, you ever watch Charlie Brown?
Yeah.
You know, they had the Charlie Brown, the little tree, that was about the best I was gonna be able to get. So I finally walked into my last store, it was Walmart. And just so happened to tell you how things work out, I ran into the manager as I walked in, and I asked the man, I said, hey, where are your Christmas trees? And the manager looked and said, you looking for a Christmas tree? I said, yeah. She walked me to the back in the outdoor area. She said, pick out a tree and give me a deal, because they had overstocked and couldn't sell them.
Yeah.
So then I looked and saw the tree on display with everything on it. So I told her, what about that one? She said, you want the display tree? I said, yeah, it already has everything on it. Can I get the ornaments too? She said, get a buggy in the bag, you can get everything. Give me a deal. I told her $60.
She took it.
She took it.
She made money.
Hey, listen, I got all the ornaments. I got the star at the top. The lights are built in. Got the base with the skirt, everything. So all I gotta do every year is just set two different pieces together, and I got a Christmas tree.
Every year.
Every year. Now my man G, he do the real tree. I haven't gotten to the real tree yet. I'm scared of the real tree. You got a tree up?
Who you talking to?
You don't have a Christmas tree yet?
No, I don't deal with Christmas.
So so that's what I had to do it for the kids. So this year everybody's coming to my house for Christmas.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
If that makes you feel good, sir, let it all hang out.
And that's what I was saying. It ain't necessarily to me about the presents. I do enjoy having the tree with the lights, but most of all, I enjoy the time of being able to just eat and fellowship. I like a good meal.
And you have your daughter and son that's coming. How about that?
Yeah.
They'll really see that daddy at work.
Is that what it is?
Well, they get to see you.
Yeah.
They're going to see if daddy's going to make this happen or not. Is he going to make something to remember or not? You'll make it where they will remember it a lifetime.
Yeah. And that's what it's about. And, as we move forward, just the fellowship, and we hope everybody out there stay safe as you travel for the holidays. And we look the week after, it'll be New Year's, so we'll be getting ready to head into 2025. I know your schedule don't stop, so as 2025 ramps up, man, you're going to be rocking and rolling.
I was on the phone this morning with MLB. We're getting ready. And that's what they do. They work ahead and get everything in order. And it just so happened while I'm talking, another phone call coming. A guy from Augusta, Georgia is trying to get me to bring MLB to Augusta, Georgia. Said we got over 600 some kids we can bring. Said, man, I don't know if at this short time we can make this happen. I said, because this kind of activity has got to be planned.
Yeah.
You got that many kids, you got to plan. You just can't jump up and run. So that'll be something we'll see if we can fit into what MLB does. I think, though, I did mention he wanted to call CC Sabathia. I said, the thing he does out of the commissioner office is more geared to what they have. rather than Tony Regan. Tony Regan already got everything he does lined up. They're already there. CC Sabathia and those guys, Curtis Granderson and the other guys, what they do is capture other people. They get other people involved in baseball. They give away equipment. They do camps and clinics. So they are more geared for what they need in Augusta, Georgia.
Yeah.
So anybody else out there listening, y'all can call the commission office and ask for CC Sabathia. Serious. And if it's a decent crowd, I mean, you know, it got to be something that's worth them coming to do clinics. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what they do.
Well, let's do this. Let's get ready to take a break, pay a couple bills, and we'll be back with more Chopping It Up with Coach Roger Cador and Perry White.
Smart Baton Rouge business travelers travel out of Baton Rouge because BTR is so close and convenient. They're always one step ahead, rather than dead on their feet. So, isn't it about time you flew BTR? Baton Rouge Metro Airport. Some Baton Rouge business travelers travel out of Baton Rouge. Some don't. The ones that do know BTR is all about being closer, more convenient, with non-stops and short hops to anywhere their business takes them. They also know not flying BTR means more traffic, longer lines, and wasted time. So if it's about going from driveway to runway with a lot less highway, isn't it about time you flew BTR? Baton Rouge Metro Airport. It's about time.
Hey, it's Jimmy I with ESPN Radio. Both Coach Roger Cador and I have gone to Dr. Dale Police for years for all of our dental needs. Dr. Police uses the latest technology in preventive dental cleaning, digital x-rays and night guards, restorative tooth-colored fillings, porcelain crowns, complete partial dentures. Zoom whitening, you can whiten teeth 10 shades in as little as an hour. Dental emergencies for infections, broken tooth, or restoration when things just go wrong. Most insurance is accepted. Dr. Dale Police and Dr. Larry Oob, available Monday through Thursday, 7:30 a.m. to 5 p.m., 926-6899, and PoliceDentistry.com.
Getting a letter from the IRS that you owe back taxes can be scary, but it doesn't have to be. Call Go Tax Resolution in Lafayette at 337-420-1040 today. We'll help stop garnishments, levies, and seizures immediately. With over 35 years of dealing directly with the IRS, our team of local professionals will help you pay the least amount possible. So if you owe back taxes to the IRS, you need help. Call the tax professionals at Go Tax Resolution in Lafayette at 337-420-1040. Your go-to tax relief.
Have a passion? We've got the place. Gear up for where the rubber meets the mud, or stir up memories of a lifetime. Reach new heights. Gravitate towards something out of this world. Even travel back in time. You might like a little drama in your life, or get in touch with your inner nature lover. Release some pent-up energy while you're at it. There's plenty to do beyond the swing sets. BRAC, we're more than a playground.
With over 60 years of combined experience, Kathy Sherburne and Anna Barnett bring a wealth of knowledge and excitement to the framing industry. Keeping strong to the Louisiana culture, Acadian Frame and Art has numerous local artists and sports team memorabilia for their customers to choose from. Whether you're creating a gallery-like setting in your office or simply looking for some fun art for your kids' playroom, Acadian Frame and Art is your one-stop picture framing spot. Call 225-927-6129 or go to www.acadianframe.com.
Get the memoir from the legendary baseball coach from Southern University, Roger Cador, Against All Odds. Roger refused to let his past dictate his future by rising to legendary college baseball status. An inspiring story of tenacity, faith, and hope. Against All Odds chronicles Coach Cador's determination to reach higher, to want more, and to dig deeper to find the courage to chase his dreams. Against All Odds. Get yours today by Cador & Cador Publishing. You are now watching Chopping It Up with Roger Cador and Perry White.
With over 60 years of combined experience, Kathy Sherburne and Anna Barnett bring a wealth of knowledge and excitement to the framing industry. Keeping strong to the Louisiana culture, Acadian Frame and Art has numerous local artists and sports team memorabilia for their customers to choose from. Whether you're creating a gallery-like setting in your office or simply looking for some fun art for your kids' playroom, Acadian Frame and Art is your one-stop picture framing spot. Call 225-927-6129 or go to www.acadianframe.com.
Get the memoir from the legendary baseball coach from Southern University, Roger Cador, Against All Odds. Roger refused to let his past dictate his future by rising to legendary college baseball status. An inspiring story of tenacity, faith, and hope. Against All Odds chronicles Coach Cador's determination to reach higher, to want more, and to dig deeper to find the courage to chase his dreams. Against All Odds. Get yours today by Cador & Cador Publishing. You are now watching Chopping It Up with Roger Cador and Perry White.
All right, we are back from commercial. More Chopping It Up with Coach Roger Cador and Perry White. Of course, I'm Perry White. He is Coach Roger Cador. Coach.
Yes.
Did you get a chance to watch the Celebration Bowl? You watched Jackson State versus South Carolina State?
I watched the second half. I think some in the second half. Obviously, Jackson State is going to dominate this conference for a while.
Looked like that's where they're headed, huh?
Yeah, it headed that way. You know, when I was coaching, I told people, the name of this game is about players. If you're going to win, you got to have players. What kind of coach you got? Every now and then a coach can make a difference, you know what I'm saying? But the majority of the time, the people who make the difference are the players. They have to make the plays. And I don't see nobody right now touching them because the players are better.
Yeah. And you look at the world of the transfer portal these days, you can get those guys in when you need them and when you want them, but you also can lose those guys after having a great season like that, who is looking to see that the grass is green on the other side. And, you know, I was watching something and reading up, you know, how many guys hit the transfer portal after they have a decent season or they sitting somewhere and didn't want to sit behind a guy. And how many of those kids get left behind and never get picked up by a team? That is the unfortunate part of the portal, where I think the untold story is how many guys have never played a game again because they thought once they hit the portal that they can get on a roster somewhere.
Well, you got a lot of young people and young ladies, because they're both men and women, they hit the portal, you know what I'm saying? And they're not realistic. They have an unrealistic view of what their ability is, you got me? I can tell you, I know, you can't trust these kids with them making the right decision when it comes to ability. They think they're all better than a sliced piece of bread, you got me? And this is what happened. They hit the portal, things, so nobody's gonna pick you up. I mean, there's thousands of them in there, and some of them ain't gonna never see the daylight. You hate to see that, but you should have stayed where you were.
Yeah.
You know. And there are kids who need to go in there. I must say they need to go to a better place. But a lot of them don't need to. This is what makes America so beautiful, is that you can make decisions and live with it. But doing it, when you leave and go in that portal, you better live with it if no one come calling. And a lot of them ain't gonna come and calling.
Because that's the difference between chasing the money and being okay with being on a scholarship.
Yeah.
You know, because if you don't get the money, well, you're not getting a scholarship going to somewhere. So how do you get on the team? How do you afford school at that point?
You can't afford it anymore. Stay where you are. The grass is usually greener where you are than somewhere else where you can't see. You know.
And that's the thing, just chasing the paper, man. And so many of them, you know, do it. And do you think it is, I think, because I tell you, my thoughts of what I think we're going to ultimately see, especially when we're looking at like the NFL and college football, what we see now, is what I believe has happened to the NBA. Seems like the quality of play in the NBA has gone down, and has since kind of, a lot of people has lost interest because you had that AAU circuit. Guys jumping around and really wasn't trying to take the developmental side of the game serious, and everybody want to be Showtime. That's why when you watch the NBA now, what do you see? Three-point shooting all day long. The game itself, for what made the game, and you know from basketball, you don't have the game like you used to. It's all about shooting threes now.
There's no coaching anymore.
Yeah.
Those kids are being coached. That's why you see poor defense, you know. It's that AAU, and that's what killed basketball. You got me?
Mm-hmm.
Killed it. And it hurt baseball because the fundamentals aren't taught anymore with the travel ball in baseball. It lacks fundamentals. And all it is, either you can throw almost 100 or you can hit the ball of a distance. Those are the only two things that matters. And that's what they sell kids and parents on. And I'm telling you, I talk to professional scouts, and they're sick and tired of this AAU baseball because they're not learning fundamentals.
As a child is coming up for you, being a college coach, what would you want out of the fundamentals of a kid that you just think are the essentials for him to get to college?
Well, it doesn't take that much to get to college. You got to have some ability.
Mm-hmm.
But you would like to see a kid pretty much able to bunt when you need him. I'm not talking about your 3 and 4 hole hitter. You want to see a kid able to sacrifice, hit and run every now and then, hit the ball the other way. That's really what I should say. You want to see of them make adjustment with 2 strikes, put the ball in play, move runners over. You want to see that. You don't see that anymore. So those are the things, those are what we consider little things, but they're a major part. They're major part of making a team successful. If you can do little things. You watch the teams that are winning. They're moving runners over. They're sacrificing. They're making adjustment with 2 strikes, putting the ball in play, not striking out, hitting the ball on the other side. I mean, just those things, you know. I used to always try to teach that, and I told them there was a great manager named Casey Stengel with the Yankees. You never heard of him, huh? Casey Stengel. Never heard of him, right?
Never heard of him.
He coached Joe DiMaggio, Babe Ruth, all them guys with the Yankees, okay? Well, Casey was known as, he got the rep as being a great manager, but he was not the guy. You know who the guy was? The third base coach, a little guy by the name of Frankie Crissetti. Frankie Crissetti was the number 1 coach in all of baseball. He coached third base for 40 years maybe with the Yankees or longer. But Frankie Crissetti was the guy that taught the Yankees how to win. He taught them how to play winning baseball. Casey Stengel got the credit because he was the manager, you got me? But it was Frankie Crissetti. And I tell you what, knowing the kind of guy I am, I never missed the opportunity to shake his hand and talk to him in spring training. Ooh, Frankie Crissetti. Because I had heard so many great, wonderful stories about the guys talking about him. And I didn't pass up on the opportunity to shake his hand and talk to him in spring training. A lot of people wouldn't do it, but I couldn't. I knew information about Frankie. He taught a lot of guys. Then they love him. They say, Frankie Crissetti taught me how to play this game. See, they used to say with a lot of affection that Frankie Crissetti taught me how to play this game. That means a lot when someone teaches you something and you can be successful and make a living at it, you got me?
And it sounded like he was cool not being in the spotlight.
He was very cool, he's a good little Italian man. He was happy not being in the spotlight. He was in New York.
Yeah.
He was the third base coach for 40-some years. Well, he don't need to be in the spotlight.
Yeah.
Frankie Crissetti. Remember that name? I know it's a name in the past and not know many people, but I remember him.
Yeah.
I grew up in hearing his name, and I paid attention. He was everything they said he was. Casey Singer was over there talking to them damn newspaper people. Frankie was doing the teaching.
Yeah. That didn't happen with you, huh? It wasn't, you didn't have no assistant doing all the work, and you was taking all the credit, huh?
I had some assistants. I did have. They understood though.
Yeah.
That I was going to talk to the newspaper.
You had Joe Frankie Cassetti?
I had a couple of Frankie Crissetti, and they understood. You know, listen, I made it clear to them. If I don't sell this program, who's going to sell it?
That's right.
I got to talk to the people. They knew that. They understood that. Mm-hmm. Guys were going last week, man, coach is crazy. But I knew I had to sell it. I had to talk to them. Why you think baseball was so popular at Southern?
Mm-hmm. Roger Cador.
It ain't, I mean, it is what it is. Mm-hmm. It ain't no other guys gonna do that.
Yeah.
They weren't doing it. And I found a way to do it. I'll never tell, I was 1994 when I realized I had something going for me. Mm-hmm. I was at the Fontainebleau Hotel on Miami Beach at the Major League Winter meeting. And there was a couple standing against the wall. And they were watching me. I was working the ballroom. I worked that ballroom and didn't even know I was working it. That was it. You know, I was trying to get my program going, needing equipment, needing all kind of stuff. And the guy and his wife, Ed Lawrence, hey, come here. He said, Jackie and I, we've been watching you. He said, man, you have worked the hell out of this room. I didn't even know it. I knew now why my wife didn't want her. She said, you go and work, you work the room too much. Mm-hmm. But that's what, I didn't even know I was doing it. It happened naturally. But you know what? You know, I might have been working the room, but you know what? I beat University of Miami out of Ed Lawrence's son. He came here and played shortstop for me. I beat Turtle Thomas out for him. Turtle Thomas was known as a great recruiter. I beat him out because his parents was there, and they saw me work the room. They knew they had someone special. You got me? So there it is. And, you know, a lot of people just don't get it, Perry. They don't know what they got to do to get what they want. At historical black schools, you're not going to get nearly anything you want if you don't go out and work for it. You got me? You got to work hard. I try to tell people Deion Sanders was a unique person, a once in a lifetime. They can go hire all the guys they want. I hear someone say Michael Vick is talking to Norfolk State. You can go hire them all. They're not going to do what Deion did. That's not who they are. You are who you are no matter what you are. You understand what I'm saying? And those guys, when they played sports, football, basketball, baseball, whatever, they were just playing. They weren't trying to learn, you know, their ability to say, you got great ability, just do it. Never thinking one day you might want to be a coach. You got me? You know. And Deion maybe didn't think it, but he had the gift of the gab. He had the ability to go into the home and sell the mothers. If not the dad, but he can sell the mothers. And that's who you really got to sell for the kids. You got me? Deion, they loved Deion when he was playing. I mean, Deion was a big favorite when he played. You got me? And
business savvy.
Business savvy, yeah. And you know, he convinced, hey, this boy Travis Hunter is not a regular kind of guy either. It made it easy for Deion to sell him because this kid was ahead of his class. You got me?
And he allowed him to be who he is as well.
Exactly. But he's so smart. And I said, this was easy for Deion to get him. The kid could see where he was coming from. You got me?
You know, it's crazy how all the timing was just like it was just right, wasn't it?
It was just right. Deion had his son, the quarterback. I mean, and Travis was willing to listen. He could see Deion probably sold him on saying, you know, the NIL money was coming to it. He probably told him about how they can parlay that into something big. You got me? Oh man, everything was just right. But the kid was smart. The kid is smart, not was. He is smart. And his mother is smart. I saw an interview. She's got it together. You got me? You know, people think just because she's a single mother and had to move from one place to the other, some people just had the system ain't right for them. You got me? She had probably a bad marriage with her husband who left him. You got me? And she had to make it. She had to pull. And she took 2 sons and left Florida and went to Georgia. You know how hard that is?
Very hard.
You know? But she's a positive woman. And she taught her son how to be positive and look at the good rather than the bad. And if you do that, you got a chance. You see, I listen to people who are always negative. How in the hell a kid gonna be positive or be able to take advantage of something positive when it comes? You never know because you're dealing with the negative. You know. So that's one of the things that I had the joy, the pleasure, the experience of dealing with so many single mothers. And they just wanted the opportunity for their sons. You know, and they told me, take my son, make a man out of him. It didn't happen toward the end of my coaching career, but in the beginning, that's what mothers wanted. Make him responsible, make a man out of him. At the end, the parents wanted to tell me what they wanted me to do.
That's the world we definitely are in now.
Then they took away my strength and my value by doing that. My strength and value is I do what I do. You got me? You know, to help kids. If I can't do it, you want me to parlay your agenda and leave my agenda on the back burner? That's not the way it works. You know, you bring your son to me, let me handle him. If I'm not doing it right, then you take him away and you go by your business. But you gotta let me do it. You know.
That's it. Let's do this. Let's take another break, pay some bills, and we'll be back with more Chopping It Up with Coach Roger Cador and Perry White.
Smart Baton Rouge business travelers travel out of Baton Rouge because BTR is so close and convenient. They're always one step ahead, rather than dead on their feet. So, isn't it about time you flew BTR? Baton Rouge Metro Airport. Some Baton Rouge business travelers travel out of Baton Rouge. Some don't. The ones that do know BTR is all about being closer, more convenient, with non-stops and short hops to anywhere their business takes them. They also know not flying BTR means more traffic, longer lines, and wasted time. So if it's about going from driveway to runway with a lot less highway, isn't it about time you flew BTR? Baton Rouge Metro Airport. It's about time.
Hey, it's Jimmy Ott with ESPN Radio. Both Coach Roger Cador and I have gone to Dr. Dale Police for years for all of our dental needs. Dr. Politz uses the latest technology in preventive dental cleaning, digital x-rays and night guards, restorative tooth-colored fillings, porcelain crowns, complete partial dentures. Zoom whitening, you can whiten teeth 10 shades in as little as an hour. Dental emergencies for infections, broken tooth, or restoration when things just go wrong. Most insurance is accepted. Dr. Dale Politz and Dr. Larry Oob, available Monday through Thursday, 7:30 a.m. to 5 p.m., 926-6899, and PolitzDentistry.com.
Getting a letter from the IRS that you owe back taxes can be scary, but it doesn't have to be. Call Go Tax Resolution in Lafayette at 337-420-1040 today. We'll help stop garnishments, levies, and seizures immediately. With over 35 years of dealing directly with the IRS, our team of local professionals will help you pay the least amount possible. So if you owe back taxes to the IRS, you need help. Call the tax professionals at Go Tax Resolution in Lafayette at 337-420-1040. Your go-to tax relief.
Have a passion? We've got the place. Gear up for where the rubber meets the mud, or stir up memories of a lifetime. Reach new heights, gravitate towards something out of this world, even travel back in time. You might like a little drama in your life, or get in touch with your inner nature lover. Release some pent-up energy while you're at it. There's plenty to do beyond the swing sets. BRAC, we're more than a playground.
With over 60 years of combined experience, Kathy Sherburne and Anna Barnett bring a wealth of knowledge and excitement to the framing industry. Keeping strong to the Louisiana culture, Acadian Frame and Art has numerous local artists and sports team memorabilia for their customers to choose from. Whether you're creating a gallery-like setting in your office or simply looking for some fun art for your kids' playroom, Acadian Frame and Art is your one-stop picture framing spot. Call 225-927-6129 or go to www.acadianframe.com.
Get the memoir from the legendary baseball coach from Southern University, Roger Cador. Against all odds, Roger refused to let his past dictate his future by rising to legendary college baseball status. An inspiring story of tenacity, faith, and hope. Against all odds chronicles Coach Cador's determination to reach higher, to want more, and to dig deeper to find the courage to chase his dreams. Against all odds, get yours today by Cador & Cador Publishing. You are now watching Choppin' It Up with Roger Cador and Perry White.
All right, we're back with more Chopping It Up with Coach Roger Cador and Perry White. I'm Perry White. He's Roger Cador. We're on the back end of the show. And Coach, you know, off air, we were talking about basketball. And I think the little known fact, but we're making it a big fact here, is your basketball background and your time playing basketball here at Southern, as well as being a two-sport star in baseball as well. But what was basketball like during your days of playing and hooping here at Southern?
They had a lot of good basketball players in the league. And it was, for me, it was fun, joyful. Remember, I was on the basketball scholarship, so I enjoyed it.
You guys ever win a championship during your time?
No.
No? What teams would you run up on? It was like, okay.
Jackson, Alcorn, Texas Southern. Prairie View was pretty good. You know, so they had really good teams in there. Even Mississippi Valley had good players. You know, so it was always tough. Grambling, of course. Grambling had really good teams. So we were really up against the wall there.
What was, can you remember, you know, you're talking about defense. Defense was played during those times. Can you remember a time a guy put the clamps on you, locked you down? Any guy stood out over the years, you know, who may not have went to the NBA, but just a guy that you like, man, that dude was a baller?
Well, there was Joe the Pro Simpson, who was, they call him the pro. He was a pro in the 8th grade. That's how good he was. I mean, really, he was that good.
Yeah.
He was a man in the 8th grade.
God, dog.
And
where'd he play at?
He went to Cal State Fullerton and then transferred back into Grambling. And what a ball player. Then Grambling had Fred Hilton, played with the Buffalo Bills. Whatever that Buffalo basketball team was. I can't remember. But it was the Buffalo. They had the little guard that shot a lot of points from Niagara, played with Buffalo too. But there was another player named Anderson from New Orleans. And tragically, a jealous guy ran over and killed him.
What?
Because of a girl.
Oh, shoot.
Anderson was such a really good player. Oh, Reggie, the name of the guy. Never forget that. You know, Aaron James came after them. Boy, Anderson was such a good player. Oh my goodness.
What was his game like? Just
it was just
shooting?
he was smooth. He could do it all. He effortless, not a lot of energy. Just oh my God. Fred Hobden was the coach at Grambling. He got all the better players. I mean, you know, but
what were y'all playing back in those times? Because of course the Mini Dome wasn't here. Where were y'all balling at?
Seymour.
Seymour, okay.
We thought it was a lot of people because it was filled every time we played. Not knowing it's a little matchbox.
Yeah.
You know? And we thinking, man, it was a lot of people.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, 800, 1,000 maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. But it was always packed.
Yeah.
People came early. They came early because it was really good games, you know.
In those days, the way the SWAC has it set up now, were the women games still before the men games during those times?
There was no women game. There was no women.
Okay.
They came after me.
Okay.
It was just us. Yeah.
And let me ask you this, you know, before we get ready to get up out of here, I saw that the SWAC is moving baseball out of Atlanta and going back to Birmingham into a stadium with rich history, I think with the old Negro League Stadium in Birmingham.
Richwood.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had the opportunity when I played with the Savannah Braves, the Atlanta Braves organization. I played in there 75, 76, 77, played over in Richwood. Oakland A's were over there. So we played them, so I played there many times. And I had to manage there. We won a championship there in 07, I think. We won a championship. So I've had fond memories of Richwood, you know. You know, you think about it, some of the greatest baseball players played at Richwood. And a lot of people don't know about them because society had an issue with the color of your skin, you know what I'm saying? And so they didn't let people know about the good things, that if you were black, they didn't let society know about the good things you were doing. And I think that is so unfair and that people missed out on being motivated by seeing some people accomplish stuff that they never thought would happen. They didn't even know happened. You got me? Isn't that amazing?
Are you happy to see SWAC baseball back in that stadium, or did you kind of like what was happening over in Atlanta?
Atlanta was really the best situation.
Yeah.
You had a great park, great venue, great city. Birmingham is dangerous. I mean, you know, you don't, it's a spread out a little. You know, you know, I just think that, you know.
You're not a fan of Birmingham.
Well, I just think Atlanta is better than Birmingham.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say I'm not a fan because it's not bad. It's just that in my opinion, it's a little dangerous.
Yeah.
I mean, Atlanta, you got a little more security. You were downtown, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, I look at all of that kind of stuff, you know. But no, you know, that's what the coaches wanted. They wanted to move. I don't understand why, you know.
What was one of your favorite venues, SWAC tournament? What, if you can go back, what venues did you enjoy the most?
We didn't have the opportunity to play in any nice venue for our championship. But, you know, to be honest with you, a little ballpark in Natchez, Mississippi, some of the greatest SWAC games took place there.
Really?
Yeah. Between Southern and Grambling and Southern and Jackson State. Just great, great games.
What was it about that ballpark?
They were all on top of each other. Could hold maybe 500-600 people. And it was just something about the people had such a good time. And they pretty much knew it was going to be Southern and Jackson.
Yeah.
They were always saying, we know it's going to be Southern and Jackson. And they were right. You know, 9 times out of 10, they were right. We had, you know, I remember we played Grambling. In '88, we beat Grambling in the final there. Jackson didn't make it. We beat Grambling.
Up in Natchez, Mississippi.
Yeah, in '88. One of the few times Jackson didn't make it. But, you know, that was it wasn't, like I said, aesthetic-wise, it wasn't nothing to send home about. But the games were competitive. The games were good. The players played. The fans enjoyed themselves, you know. Oh, it was spirited. It was spirited. It was spirited.
Were you ever a fan of down in New Orleans? I liked it for the conveniency of it.
I do too.
Yeah.
I only played as a coach on maybe a couple of years.
I remember going to a championship. You played for a championship on the back end of your career.
Back end, yeah, we played for a championship.
I want to say against maybe Alabama State, if I'm not mistaken.
I don't know.
Yeah.
We shouldn't have even been in there, but for some reason the kids overachieved, and we didn't have scholarships. You know, they just overachieved. You know what I'm saying? And I tell you what, I'm just so, I can say, happy that I coach a Southern University program. It's something about the program that gets inside of players, student athlete, when they come here and they want to play hard. You know, and that's really all I can say. They really played hard. They never quit. They got pride when they put that jersey that says Southern on the front. They play, man.
And you would know, I mean, you played hard. Two sport, basketball and baseball. When you put that Southern on, how did you feel?
I don't know back then, but I feel pretty damn good now. No, it was a good feeling. Yeah. You know, I played basketball with a guy like Hall of Famer like Harold Carmichael. We played basketball together. You know, and you know, I played with guys like baseball, Danny Goodwin, Lee B.B. Richard, Hank Baker, Arthur Buck Jones. I mean, oh man, all of these great players. You know, I played with so many of them. And you know the thing that I think through it all, Perry, I never thought I was good.
Yeah.
And it kept me humble, kept me working hard. You got me?
I remember the story you told me when Coach came on the bus and told you was going to be starting today, and you told him, no, you're going to start the other kid because of his confidence.
Well, yeah. We were in Enabina, Mississippi. And Carl Emerson stood, the basketball coach. Said, I'm going to start you tonight. I said, no, coach. If you start me, AJ is going to lose confidence. All they want to do is start. No, I'll come off the bench. I mean, that's all them guys want, to start. I was in such a different place, you got me? See, how many young guys, 21 years old, 20 years old, coach come and say, you're going to start you. What they're jumping up for joy, right? Again, I had something that they didn't know.
How long you say the kid stayed in the game once he started?
2 or 3 seconds. When the ball went out, he took him out.
That was the world of a difference just to say you started.
Yeah. The coach said, I'll fix him, I'll show him, but I was correct. In my assessment, I knew my teammate, and them guys, all they talk about was starting. And it was for the girls, not for the team. You got me? And for me, but I knew something that they didn't know. And I paid strict attention to it. The great Boston Celtics team, the best player came off the bench. It didn't matter who started. John Havlicek came off the bench. You never heard of him, huh? He was one of their better players, probably the best player. He came off the bench, and they were successful winning. And I said, I want to be like that. I want to be able to come off the bench and provide some spark to the team when I come in. You got me? You don't ever want to bring someone in off the bench who is not going to provide any spark. And that's what the guy was going to do. He was not going to provide any spark. So I knew I would. I could come in and do a rebound, block a shot, do a quick layup. I was known for that, you got me? And you bring some energy to the game. See, and that's why I wanted to make sure I was a valuable piece to the team. So I had information they didn't have. The guy just wanted to start so he can tell his girlfriend or girls, or
I'm going to start.
I'm starting, really?
You may be the starter, but I'm the baller. How about that?
Yeah, I never really paid any attention to that. I knew I was going to play.
Yeah.
Let's face it, whether it was 2 seconds after the ball was thrown up or 5 minutes, 8 minutes into the game, I was coming off the bench. I knew I was going to play. And I was going to play the majority of the game, you got me?
Wouldn't the world be so much better in terms of teams if people just realized it was about the team? It don't matter if you start, just when you get in, you just take advantage of the opportunity once you get in.
They're schooled different, man. They won't do that. They won't, nobody will accept not starting. They want to start. And here's a guy telling the coach, don't start me, start that guy. And what it did, I think down the road, that guy ended up hiring me to be assistant basketball coach. That's how I got to be in basketball coaching. He came back a few years later and hired me to be his assistant. Isn't that amazing?
That is amazing. And you were young.
I was young, yeah. And you know what? And on the hiring day, he told me, I'm firing 2 guys to hire you, and you're going to outwork both of them. Can't use the word. You're going to outwork both of them. And he was correct. And then 5 years later, or 2 years later, he told me, if I had known it, I would have hired you much sooner. You would have saved my job, because you're a hell of a recruiter. You know how to communicate, and you got the mothers in your back pocket. Well, I communicated with them, you got me? You know, trust, man. Trust is such a huge part of being a coach. You know, people got to trust you. They're giving you their most valuable possession, their kids, you got me? You know. So, you know, I had some wonderful moments. Was I tough when I became head coach? I was a tough son of a gun. It wasn't easy always to play for me. But guys, I could hear my veteran telling them young guys, man, coach don't mean that. He's trying to get you to play better. See, when you got You got backup, you know what I'm saying? And the backup are the most powerful people. They're the teammates. They're their teammates telling them, supporting you. You're giving you that support, you know? You know. And I think, when I think back, those are some of my fondest memories. Hearing those players talk to their teammates. Don't worry about what coach is saying, man. Okay? Do your job, work hard. You'll be okay. You know. That's really good stuff, man. I'm telling you, some good stuff. Because you don't hear it on every team that the players are telling the players, don't worry about coach. You're going to be okay. So
we had some good stuff today, man. Good conversation.
Oh, it's always good stuff.
Yes, sir. I hope everybody out there enjoyed. I hope everybody get ready for the holidays. Safe travels to you all. And from Coach and I, happy holidays to you guys. And, you know, and what they say, Happy New Year. New Year's coming up as well. So there's all those great things. We know people are going to be all over the place. So enjoy yourself, be safe. And Coach, what you got coming up? Anything?
I've got two meetings. I got a meeting at 12, and then I've got one right after that. So I got a busy day today, and I'm busy tomorrow. And I think after that, I'll be with the district attorney on Christmas Day. We'll be cooking some turkeys. So we do it. We've made it an annual thing, so we'll be doing it, making some people happy.
Well, I'm glad you're making some people happy, giving back to the community and keeping yourself busy. You don't stop. That's what keep you going.
Yeah, I don't stop. I don't stop. Man, that's a good thing to stay busy. And it's a wonderful thing, to be honest with you. You don't feel tired. I don't feel tired.
Well, don't feel tired. Don't get tired. Keep it going, Coach.
Okay, thank you.
Well, we're going to keep it going right here as we get ready to get out of here. Hope you guys have enjoyed it. Be sure to hit that subscribe button right there on our YouTube channel. If you have not already, go hit that like and follow button on Coach Roger Cador's Facebook page if you're watching there. So as we thank you guys, Coach, get us out of here. Catch y'all next time.
Get the memoir from the legendary baseball coach from Southern University, Roger Cador, Against All Odds. Roger refused to let his past dictate his future by rising to legendary college baseball.